Welcome to Rig of the Month, where this time around, rather than focusing on a specific rig, I'm going to show you how to set up a marker float. Now, one of the main questions we get asked at Total Carp is how to set up an effective feature finding setup. It's quite a simple process, providing that you get the right equipment. So let's have a look at what we need. The first thing you're going to need is a braided main line. Now, because there's no stretch in braid, every little knock and tap that you get on the lead is fed all the way back to the rod tip, giving you an accurate reading of the lake bed itself. Rather than mono, which has inherent stretch and some of the feelings lost in that elasticity. The second bit of kit you're going to need is a marker float. Now, there's all sorts of shapes and sizes and even types of marker floats. Some are made from balsa, some are made from plastic, and some are made from foam. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you use, as long as it's as buoyant as you can get and has a nice bright tip that you can see at range. Along with that, you're going to need a big lead. Now, by big, I mean sort of 4, maybe 4.5 ounces, and if your marker rod can cope with it, then possibly a 5-ounce lead. The reason for using a big lead is that the heavier it is, the more of the bottom you're going to feel. And you must remember that the buoyancy of the float is going to negate some of that lead's weight. So you want to use as heavy a lead as you can get. Now, some people just use the lead and feed that straight onto the main line. Other anglers, like myself, like to incorporate a small boom on the top of the lead. Now, this just helps to keep your main line above any weed or debris that might be on the bottom and allows your main line to flow through the ring a little freer. The boom itself is tied from, I use amnesia, but as long as you use a stiff and strong fluorocarbon or even a heavy mono and sometimes lead core, it will all serve the same purpose. The only other bit of equipment you're going to need is a large bead, and this needs to be large enough so that the swivel on your lead or on the top of the boom won't pass over it. So now you've got all the bits and pieces that you need together, let's have a look at how to set it up. I'll take this spool of braid as my main line. So take the end of your main line and pass your lead or the swivel on the end of your boom onto your line like so. Follow that with the large buffer bead. If you don't have a large one, 2 smaller ones will suffice, providing the swivel doesn't pass over them. And then the final step is simply to tie your marker float to the end of your line. Now, the knot that you use isn't too important. Whichever one you're more comfortable in tying, be that a grin knot, a blood knot, a tuck knot, or whatever. So long as it's a safe, secure knot, you'll be fine. So tighten that knot down, and then just take a pair of scissors, trim off the tag end, and there you have it. So what we've got, I'll just pull it all down. You've got your marker float with the buffer bead underneath that, and then your lead attached to the boom running free on your main line. Now, once you've cast out and that lot lands on the lake bed, you've dragged it along the lake bed and found a feature that you want to mark. It's a simple case of paying line off of your reel, and as you pay line off a foot at a time, that marker float will pop up through the water, allowing you to count off the depth and then giving you a visual target to cast to and bait up around. So there you have it, how to set up a simple but effective marker float. So give it a try and join me next time.